of Mary's Meals really began here in Medjugorje. In 1992, my brother and I took one small truckload of aid here to help refugees during the war. We never planned for it to go beyond that, for anything else to happen. God had a completely different plan though, and the work has grown and grown and grown. Where we registered originally as a charity called Scottish International Relief, but the work of Mary's Meals has become our focus and become the name that most people know us by. Mary's Meals is just a very, very simple idea. It's about providing daily meals in places of education for the world's poorest children. We began doing that in 2002 in Malawi with some of our friends here, and with a small number of children in one school, and it's grown and grown in an incredible way, in a very beautiful, unexpected way. So that today we're feeding about 364,000 children every single day in 15 different countries.
We've done 2 studies. The latest study, just a month or so ago, says that when Mary's Meals goes into school, the enrolment in the school will increase by about 10%, so 10% more children will come. Attendance goes into the high 90s. Attendance will increase by about 7 or 10%. And we get data back saying that the pass rates in school go up by about 12%. So children, after they have a year of receiving Mary's Meals in school, pass rates increase very significantly.
It's going to get bigger. We may be a little bit more sophisticated in the way that we try to organise things. That's an absolute necessity. But our message will always remain the same, simple and straightforward. We feed children in schools to give them life and hope and the chance of becoming self-sufficient in the future. And everyone is welcome to play their part. And I'm going to introduce you now to Charlie Doherty.
For my birthday, instead of asking for presents, I asked for money, and I give all that money to charity. I do lots of other things to raise money for charities.
Normally the church gives 10% of its free will offerings to charities of some sort. We suggested, much to everybody's surprise, that instead of scattering them all over all sorts of charities for a year, we gave most of those to sponsor a kitchen for Mary's Meals. And certainly to our surprise, we were told there and then during our AGM, yes, we want to do this, we want to do it now. So we did. And now we remember the children and the staff of Doherty Primary School in Malawi every week, every Sunday by Sunday in our prayers. And we don't expect much from that link, but it's very precious to us to have a focus, to have a particular school and a particular group of people that make things real, rather than praying as we do just generally for Mary's Meals and its work all over the world.
I called Magnus and I said, look, it's kind of pretty concrete. And the next day, Magnus showed us what we saw this morning, this presentation. And that was the moment when I got my answer to the question. My heart was pierced. And you know, with what it went right in, it was the faces of the children, and the simplicity and the purity of the message. There wasn't I, me, and myself. It was nothing, as if nobody was there. Yet I knew there was Magnus, there was Ruth, were all these people working. But it wasn't them. It was them, the children. And that was the day when I asked Magnus, I said, well, could I do something? And an hour later he had taken me on board. And then it became frightening because I heard big words like fundraising. We started to spread the idea of Mary's Meals and the principle of Mary's Meals around our living area where we are. And we use evenings in the school with parents and children, and we continue until today to do that. To make the name of Mary's Meals known to people, so that they hear the name. It is so simple. And it's like forgetting about myself. And this is what I find so beautiful. We started the Backpack project last year. All this is very young, it's just beginning. I was allowed to have the same experience last year in the parish where I live.
Markus kam in diese Pfarrei und erzählte über Mary's Meals.
Magnus came into the parish and talked about Mary's meals.
Und an einem Wochenende hat diese Pfarrei ungefähr 4.500 Euro geschenkt.
And in one only weekend, the parish gave about 4,500 euros only.
Und sie sagten, wir wollen unbedingt so eine Küche finanzieren.
And they said, we want to absolutely build a kitchen.
Und ich war bewegt davon, wie offen diese Menschen sind. Sie sehen diesen Film einmal, sie sehen Magnus einmal und sie machen
And I
mit.
was so moved by the openness of the people. They see the film once, meet Magnus once, and do it.
Well, I'm not so good in English, and I don't know, grasp on everything what we do here in Medjugorje. And I just want to say that it's my pleasure to work with these people, and that I really enjoy doing that.
So hearing all the speakers, the on-site collaborators, those involved in the on-site projects, being able to hear them speaking so passionately about their work, being able to ask them so many questions, as many questions as I wanted. That was for me a good confirmation.
They were talking about, let's have a raffle for Mary's meals, and I said, yeah, I think that's a great idea. Superb. You do it, not me. I've got far too many other things to do, etc., etc. Well, it's the same old story. I don't know if some of you, I'm sure, have read The Hound of Heaven, and that Hound of Heaven was certainly there because I was being dragged along. I didn't particularly want to be along, and it was all this emotional, my God, you'd sit there on a Sunday morning, and these children starving in Malawi, and oh, come, tell me why.
Mention has been made of the Tin Hut and the headquarters of SIR, but we've never actually had a picture, so this is quite useful. There it is, it's still there. The front of it is the boardroom, the back of it, of course, is Magnus's office. So no posh headquarters, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who've never seen it. And if you haven't seen it, go there, because it really is a fascinating place to visit.
Mary's meals already started before I came to Liberia. I worked in Ghana for 4 years in a refugee camp, a Liberian refugee camp, where I first actually got to hear about Liberia too. Because, like many people, I did not know about Liberia and the tragedy that was taking place there. I moved to Liberia in 2005, and in 2005 is when I went to work with Father Gary in Tonglenburg, and he asked me to take charge of the technical school, which was fine to me. I said, thank you very much. I will start doing the technical school because that is what I had been doing in the refugee camp. So here I was, starting anew in Liberia. Now I saw Father Gary taking rice in and out of the compound, but I never really knew exactly what it was. I also knew that the technical school was built by an organization called the Scottish International Relief, but I'd never really met any one of them, so it really didn't ring any bells. And then Magnus came over with Maria Byers. And Magnus spent about a week there, and Maria spent about a month there, and they started talking about Mary's meals, and that is where I first got to know Mary's meals. And I embraced the idea. Because there's a few facts in Liberia where Mary's meals will be the absolute solution. You have to understand that in Liberia, if you are a young man or a young woman of 20 now, today, in Liberia, then that means you were born at the start of the war. That means that during your life, you have seen unspeakable war crimes. The killing of people, senseless killing of adults, of children. It means that at least one time you've been driven away from your home and your possessions and you had to run for your life and you spent probably years and years in a refugee camp. You know, just opening up backpacks. Have you ever done it? Those backpacks that you send out. It's just amazing what is inside, because there's a little list of what, you know, is suggested that you put in there, but I think a lot of kids put a lot of stuff inside there that they can get excited about too. And you can imagine, this is a country where people do not celebrate birthdays because they don't really have the financial means to celebrate birthdays, and you can say happy birthday to a kid, but there's not going to be a cake and there's not going to be gifts.
And although they would really raise a smile on the faces of those who receive the goods, what we're trying to do is send items that are going to help with their education, really important things that are going to help them. Once they're there, they've got the meal, that's the first step, but then have the materials to make the best of the education on offer. What we also send, we try and send things that aren't available locally, either they're prohibitively expensive to buy locally or they're just not available. So we wouldn't want to send anything that would then negatively impact on local traders or producers.
The backpack project is hugely popular in Malawi, and really you have to experience it and see it yourself to just see what goes through the minds of the children. You know, normally when we get into a school, we do it class by class, and we tell the children not to open the backpacks because it causes a lot of chaos. But children being children, you know, you find one opening and you're just being so excited and just so overwhelmed with what it is. And really, it's something really, really big. And we always tell them, you know, that this is to help you with your education. One of these days, who knows, you may be a big doctor or the president of Malawi.
There was something about this child and his attitude and his determination. And I could see the potential, I could see the man. It was just an amazing moment. And it was at that time I thought, that's who I'm working for. So when I see this little picture, I don't just see the little child with a mango, I see the person, the people that I'm in Malawi for, that I'm working for. There's a word bwana, which is not a great word in England. It means boss man. So he's bwana, but I've seen that word somewhere else, and I see it in church. And bwana actually in Chichewa, the Malawi language, means Lord. So when I see that face, I see bwana. So we have our own nurse, and she will go out and give worming medication or help parents with antimalarials and just give that kind of care. The guy in the picture there is Peter. He's our newest field manager, and he used to be a teacher. And so for him, he just can't help when we go visit a school, getting up there, speaking to the children, educating them, and really participating in the classes. And I think that's what we would all love to do more. I kind of made my own little commitment that when I go back to Malawi, I want to spend much more time in the schools with the children, getting involved at that level. So we do try to do that. We do try to participate in those communities in schools, as well as provide the food for the children.
Care is provided for the under-6 and educational programs developed for older children. The building is really nice, and we have a large garden for children's outside activities. The center is attended by 28 till 30 children between 3 and 6, coming from very, very poor families.
And today, as I talk here right now, something very important happening in India, as I was sharing with Magnus and his team. Right now, around 3 o'clock, it's Indian time, 3:30, we are having, our companions of Megi's Meal are having a crucial talk with the Tesco Outsourcing International in India. And a kind of very important talk they are having discussion in terms of partnership with the Tesco's. So it's very important for us, you know, how to tap resources within the country. So we have, by August, 2,156 children in 32 centers.
I appeal to Magnus that we have to feed the street children. They need food. Because when we go home from prayer meetings, we see small children small children eating from garbage, the garbage that is put out by this fast food like McDonald's, Jollibee, we have Jollibee in the Philippines, then you will see small children, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old children surrounding that, gathering in the garbage, looking for leftover food from fast food restaurants, eating from this garbage. And I turned my back, I turned my head and prayed, Lord, what can I do for these children? How I wish that's the time that I was wishing to win in the lotto. I was saying, Lord, let me win in the lotto. Let me win in the sweepstakes so that I can do more for these children. But I did not win. But when I met Milona, I win in the lotto. It was a big lotto. From the time on that Mary's meal came to Doherty, you could not see a single child eating from the garbage anymore. You just don't know how much Mary's meal has given to these children.
I knew you true and true, 'cause you are mine, I am yours, you are in me, and I am in you, 'cause you are mine, I am yours, you are in me, and I am in you.
You said that you don't want to use us visionaries. But I want to be used for this project. I feel honored to be part of this family. When I look, being here now and having looked at the film we just saw from behind, and to hear this silence, I hope that in this silence, I hope at least, each of us has asked himself a question. What did I do? Can I do more? Because I believe being a Christian is not enough to just say, I am a Christian. So often we say, I am a Christian, and we have a brother who is close to us, who is in need. And so often it's not just our money or our economical help. He needs us, he needs our word.